Gilbert, the Good-Hearted Jackal by Alex Foster. Once in the savannah of Masai Mara, Kenya, who lived some huge kinds of animals, about 60 or more. Lions are roaring, elephants are trumpeting, giraffes picking on leaves, and rhinos grazing on grass. The animals were all happy in grasslands, even some family of jackals. Because Gilbert, one of the jackals of the pack, saw a spring hare named Gwen, who lost her way. She's just standing here. She called out, "Hey, Mr. Jackal, I lost my way and I lost my home. Could you like to help me and take me home?" "Of course not," smiled Gilbert, the good-hearted jackal. "How sweet of you," said Gwen. Then Gilbert said, "I have some and black marking on my back can be some use. There's a room on my back and I'm happy to share with it. Be my friend, and I hope that you're comfortable there." So Gwen hopped on Gilbert's back and they set off to Gwen's home. Then, an hour or so later, they saw in burrow is the spring hare's home, and they heard of Gwen's mother, Mrs. Spring Hare, speak. "Gwen, darling," said Mrs. Spring Hare, "what have you been? Don't tell me that Jackal seems either quite dangerous or friendly. Is he gonna eat us?" "No, Mama," laughed Gwen. "I think Mr. Jackal has helped me to take me home. He's a good-hearted kind." "Well, okay," said Mrs. Spring Hare. "Thanks, sweet." "No prob," barked Gilbert. And the Spring Hares will go back to their burrow. While Gilbert was walking on the savannah, he heard a mewing sound. It was Sam the lion cub who got lost. He sat, he stared, and he mewed, "Wow! You one big animal! And you're friendly too. I thought I heard one of those savages trying to eat me. Can you help me? I lost my way home. Take me to my father." "Well, sure," Gilbert said. "I'll take you home to your father." So Gilbert will take Sam home to his father. When they found Sam's father named Swiper saw Gilbert, and Sam ran home. He said to Gilbert, "Thanks, Mr. Jackal. My son was exploring around the grasslands. He played a butterfly out there. I couldn't find him. I searched for days, and you found him. Thank you." "No prob, sir," said Gilbert. "You're welcome." And 2 lions were finally back in their lair. Then Gilbert was done. He went to his rest. "This lion," he murmured, "it's sort of a grouch. But I'm a good creature. I will help each animal on the safari. When I'm done, I'm gonna get back to my pack." That night, Gilbert must lie down. When he fell asleep, he simply said to himself, "Besides, now it's quite late in the day, and surely tomorrow I'm gonna get back to my pack." But alas, the next morning, Gilbert's own boss will call his jackal pet except Gilbert to get a carrion for breakfast. Gilbert is a vegetarian. He can eat the vegetables. Also, he can't eat any animal. Gilbert looked at the tree. He saw a vulture was standing a tree. "Morning, Mr. Jackal," called the vulture. "I smell a carrion. May we have it?" "Sure," replied Gilbert. Then the vulture's friends were coming over to eat the carrion. Gilbert's angry boss shouted, "Gilbert, get rid of those pests and eat your food." "I would, boss, but I can't," whimpered poor Gilbert. "I can't eat any animal. I'm a vegetarian." "Vegetarian indeed," his boss answered, and all of them mad. "If you're a vegetarian, that means we don't want you around. You can't stay with us because no herbivores allowed." and they turned their backs and they walked off with a snort angrily. Now the big packless jackal walked alone in the grassland. He walked straight into a river to drink. "Hey, mister!" bellowed Donna, a hippo calf, who saw him. "I can't find my dad. Can you find him?" "Well, sure, little fella," barked Gilbert. "I'll find your father. Perhaps your father was behind you." "Oh," said Donna. "Why, thanks, mister." And so Donna will go to the river and she reunited to her father, Dake. And the very next thing this vegetarian canine knew, an African tour bus parked here, and a girl named Cleo saw Gilbert sniffing the vegetables before he gonna eat them. "Hey, Mom!" called Cleo in the bus. "There's a jackal who's going to eat the vegetables! I thought they're meat eaters!" "Yes, they are, dear," said Cleo's mother. "Let's move to the elephants." And the bus should be moved away. But now it was autumn. It wasn't easy. When the vegetables are scarce, Gilbert will gonna find the food before it gets too cold on Masai Mara, Kenya. There was just no more. He saw the migratory zebras across the crocodile-infested river. He'll starve if he stay here. He had to go too. He stepped into the river. He saw a mean croc who guarded his river. "Halt!" growled the croc. "Be fair," Gilbert begged. "I have to cross the river." "You can't pass me," growled the croc. Then Gilbert has no choice. He jumped over the river and the croc. "What the?" exclaimed the croc. Gilbert finally made it to over the river. And poor starving Gilbert climbed on the shore. He'll search for food in his pack. Gilbert couldn't find the vegetables or his pack. He was surrounded by zebras. Poor Gilbert sank down with a groan to his knees. And then came something that made his heart froze. Suddenly the danger was coming. The zebras running and the ox packers flying right past Gilbert. It was the snarly and growling leopard coming to him. "Well, well, what did I got here?" growled the leopard. "A tasty black-backed doggy. I must take down my dinner, so I put my sweet on my table." The leopard crouched down and stalked on Gilbert, and then he pounced and the jackal fled. Off grasslands, under the broken branches, and over the big rocks. If Gilbert tried to get away, the leopard kept charging. Then, finally, he had him. The leopard with his claws out of his each paw. Gilbert was trapped. He has no way out. He was finished completely. Or was he? Finished? Not Gilbert. It was Willard the elephant. He rushed to Gilbert's rescue and he brought along help to Red Leopard. Willard trumpets and charges at the leopard. The leopard was terrified of elephants. So, if Willard likes to protect Gilbert for trouble, rats! That elephant so loud. After Willard protects the jackal from the leopard attack, Gilbert was reunited the jackal pack. Gilbert's boss saw him was coming back and he said, "I'm sorry I snapped at you, boy. I know you are an herbivore. Here's the vegetables for you." "Thanks, boss," Gilbert barked happily. And he began to eat the vegetables. Maybe all African creatures should be. The end.